Mari. I'm your mentor, Mari, and this is Forex 101. In this lesson, we'll be discussing a widely favored technical indicator called the Stochastic Oscillator. Many traders of all experience levels utilize this indicator because of its practicality and relatively high degree of accuracy. The stochastic oscillator is a two-line indicator that fluctuates between 0 and 100. With its overbought and oversold signals, it's useful for providing traders with buy and sell entries, as well as predicting trend reversals as it measures the momentum of price movements. Let's take a look at how we can make use of this indicator to improve our analysis. All right, you guys, so I'm here on the live chart for GBP USD on the daily, and I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit more about the stochastic oscillator. Now, you guys, between the previous trainings that we've already had for RSI and MACD, it should honestly be a breeze for you to understand the concept of the stochastic oscillator. So let's go ahead and add this to the chart. We're going to start by scrolling up here to indicators, and we're going to type in stochastic. I'm going to select the second one right here. I'm just going to tap it once. And boom, we have the stochastic here on our screen. So let's go ahead and zoom into the stochastic, and I'm going to point out a few important tidbits regarding this indicator for you. So very similar to our RSI, we are going to have our 80, right? The RSI had 70, but for the stochastic, our upper band's input is going to be 80, and this is going to represent when price is overbought. And then we have our 20, which is just going to represent when price is oversold. So remember, you guys, you want to buy low and sell high. Let's put that in the middle, buy low and sell high. So that is the whole point of these oscillators like the RSI and the stochastic. You want to buy when price is low or when the indicator is low, right? Oversold. And you want to sell when price is high, when the indicator is high or overbought. So currently we see we have our stochastic in the oversold area. So we can actually expect for price to start to buy soon. So I just want to go ahead and point out these two lines next. So we're going to have very similar to the MACD. Our blue line is going to represent price. And then we have our orange line, which we're going to also call our signal line, because when our blue line crosses the orange line, again, that is going to be a signal for us to enter a trade. So let's go ahead and take a look at an example from the past. And I'm going to show you guys how you can utilize our overbought, oversold regions along with our blue line and our orange line in order to find entry signals on your trades. So I'm going to start by drawing this downtrend from here to here, just so we can see how price is currently respecting this trend line. And now let's go ahead and compare this chart to the stochastic oscillator to look for optimal points within the market where we should have entered a trade. So since we see that the market is currently downtrending, we want to look for opportunities to sell when price is overbought. So this was an instance where price was overbought. This is an instance where price was overbought. This was an instance where price was overbought. and this was an instance where price was overbought. So let's just start with this example right here. So I'm going to remove this white star just so we can see what's going on. If we zoom into our stochastic oscillator, so if we zoom into our stochastic oscillator, we can see that we had price in the overbought region, right? Let's go ahead and label this as overbought again. We had price in our overbought region. So once we get price to come into this overbought region, the next thing we're going to look for is for price to then cross back below our overbought region. So again, we're looking at price, which means we are looking at the blue line. This is the point where price crossed above our overbought region, and this is the point where price crossed below our overbought region. Now, not only did price cross below our overbought region right here, right, but it also crossed below our orange signal line. So once we got price to cross below our overbought region, as well as getting price to cross below our orange signal line, you guys, this would have been a confirmation along with maybe a flat top candle. Let's take a look at the top. Okay, so we didn't even get a flat top candle yet at this point. I'll move it so you guys can see. All right, that is a flat bottom candle. That is not a flat top. So since we did get our price line to cross below our overbought region, as well as cross below our signal line, the only thing that we would have been looking for to confirm this price movement down was a flat top candle, which we got like 3 candles later. Now, once you get your flat top candle, that would have been your indication to get into this trade, and you wouldn't have gotten out of this trade until you saw price come down here somewhere into the oversold region. All right. At this point, it would have been up to you to take your profits whenever you felt comfortable. Again, let's look at another example. Boom. Let's remove this star so we can take a closer look. So we have price, which is our blue line, right? It did go ahead and cross above into our overbought region. It stayed there in our overbought region. It then crossed our orange signal line, but it was still up here in our overbought region. So we would not have been looking to get into this trade until price, right, our blue line actually crossed below our overbought region. So somewhere in this area is where we would have been looking to get into this trade for a sell. Now let's go ahead and compare this with the top of the chart, because now that we have these confirmations here on our stochastic indicator, the only thing we're going to be looking for at the top is for price to continue to respect our down trend line, as well as to produce another flat top bearish candle. So if we take a look at the above chart, yes, we do have price respecting this trend line, but we do not have a flat top candle. We did not get a flat top candle for some time there. But here on this flat top candle is where I would have felt most comfortable entering into this trade. I would have gotten in here and I wouldn't have gotten out until our stochastic reached somewhere below our oversold region. All right, so now that we've done a couple sell examples, let me go ahead and take a look at a buy example for you guys. So right here we have an uptrend. I'm going to go ahead and mark this up for you guys. This is our uptrending market. So since price is currently in an overall uptrend, we only want to look for entries on our stochastic oscillator when price is in the oversold region, as opposed to the overbought region when price is in a downtrend, right? So again, Uptrend, you want to buy when price is oversold. Downtrend, you want to sell when price is overbought. So with that being said, this is a point in the market where price was oversold. This is a point where price was oversold. This is a point where price was oversold. Another point where price was oversold. 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 Right? We have so many instances here in the past where price was in our oversold region. So let's go ahead and apply this to the knowledge we have with the charts. I'm going to zoom in and let's just take a look at one of these oversold points in the market. We're going to look at this one right here. I'm just going to remove the star so that we can have a better view. So boom, we have our blue line, right, which represents price crossing below our oversold region. Right, we have price, our blue line, crossing below into our oversold region. It kind of plays around there. And then finally, we first get price to cross above our orange signal line. But after we get price to cross above our orange signal line, it also crosses back above our oversold region. So at this point where price crossed above our oversold region, this is where I would have just been looking for a flat bottom candle as confirmation to get into this trade for a buy. So let's see what price is doing at the top. Boom. What do we have here, you guys? We have a flat bottom candle confirming this upward movement in the market, you guys. Not only was price respecting our trend line, but we had all the confirmations we needed here in our stochastic, as well as a flat bottom candle confirming buyers momentum in the market, you guys. Let's look at one more example of a buy. Let's just go in the past and look at one more example of a buy. Okay. So let's take a look at, I like this one. This one looks the cleanest. So let's zoom in. I'm going to remove the star so we can see it better. So we have our blue line, right? Price crossing below into our oversold region. Price kind of plays below our oversold region for a while. We first get a cross, right, between our price line and our signal line. We have our blue line crossing above our orange line, which is our first signal for a buy. Then we have our price line, right, our blue line, also crossing above our oversold region. So once we get this cross, first indication for us to get into the trade. So let's see what price is doing at the top. All we need is for price to be respecting our trend line, and we just need a flat bottom candle to confirm buyers momentum in the market. So on this candle right here, I don't think we got a flat bottom. Let's see. No, this was a doji candle. We had wicks on both sides. But you guys, if we just remain patient, we would have seen on the next candle, we got our flat bottom candle, which means we got our confirmation to go ahead and enter this trade for a buy. We would have gotten into this trade for a buy, and we would not have gotten out until we saw price come somewhere into this overbought region again. Once you get price to come into your overbought or your oversold region, it is completely up to you when you are going to take your profits, all right? If it's blue, it's on you, all right? Don't blame nobody else for you not taking your profits on the trade that you left open for too long, okay? But yeah, you guys, that pretty much sums up everything I can tell you in regards to this stochastic oscillator indicator. This is how I personally use it to aid me in my trading. When I do use this indicator, because this is not one of my top indicators that I like to use, to be honest, but if you like this indicator, I do hope that you can find some way to make it a useful tool in your own trading strategy. So if you have any questions, you guys know where to reach me. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next class. That concludes this lesson. If you have any questions or remarks, please join my discussion board and make them known. Feel free to follow me on social media and leave this emoji under a recent post for a follow back. Thanks again for tuning in to Money with Mari, and I'll see you on the next episode of Forex 101.